Ladies and gentlemen, it's very, very strong. It's strong. They were really afraid of Vladimir Putin. The International Criminal Court is afraid of Vladimir Putin. That's the truth. So much so that the fear is great. The International Criminal Court, therefore the ICC, has just backtracked on the Vladimir Putin case. We know very well the International Criminal Court, it's simply an institution manipulated, manipulable, malleable, at will. We know that the International Criminal Court is a tool of domination that is obviously at the disposal of Western countries. But they kept walking until they reached their terminus. Vladimir Putin is the terminus of the International Criminal Court. Moreover, everyone has understood their double standards. Arrest warrant against Benjamin Netanyahu, he's received at the White House with a red carpet rolled out. Arrest warrant against Vladimir Putin. Nothing works. So, this decision that the International Criminal Court has just made, which was announced by Erroneous, is a decision that surprised the world. Russia does not speak, it continues on its merry way. Putin is focused on the military objective of the special military operation in Ukraine. And then, it is the judges of the International Criminal Court who are performing acrobatics. A bit of intellectual masturbation to try to save face. Ladies and gentlemen, what is the decision about? The International Criminal Court is backtracking. And what is happening? The International Criminal Court has just suspended its judgments against Vladimir Putin. As long as Vladimir Putin is president. Finished. You heard correctly. The International Criminal Court suspends all its judgments concerning Vladimir Putin as long as he is president. So, we will go with the official information, but I ask you to share this video conference to the maximum. Since it is necessary for Africans, our African brothers, wherever they are, to receive this video conference, that they understand how this world is functioning. This world is a mafia. All these institutions, they talk to us about the International Criminal Court, the International Court of Justice, the UN, etc. It's a mafia, it's the law of the strongest. We Africans must strive to be strong as well. If we are not strong, we can't do anything. They will manipulate us as they please. It's sad when we remember that an African president, Laurent Gbagbo, spent so many years of his life in The Hague needlessly. Let's go. So, according to the information provided by Erroneous, who also cites sources close to the case, no trial for Vladimir Putin will take place as long as he occupies the Kremlin. No trial. And so, the International Criminal Court will not be able to try the Russian president. Otherwise, Prime Minister Mikhail Mishustin, nor I have said it will not be able to try either Vladimir Putin, his prime minister, or his foreign minister, Sergei Lavrov, as long as they are in office. So, a trial in absentia can only be considered after Putin leaves power. Here is the clarification provided by the sources. Also, in other words, as long as the Russian president remains in office, he evades international justice as long as he is president. Russia, which denies any responsibility in the war in Ukraine, does not recognize the jurisdiction of the International Criminal Court. We already know this. Russia refuses any collaboration with Western international bodies, a significant legal and diplomatic obstacle that delays any prospect of a trial. That was the official information. The International Criminal Court will only judge Putin when he is no longer president. But what proves, by the way, that Putin will cease to be president in Russia? How many years has he been there? Every year, he is re-elected by an overwhelming majority. And every time his term expires, the people renew their trust in him. Let's go back. If it's not a step back, what is it about? The arrest warrant that was issued against Vladimir Putin. This warrant was issued while Putin was in power. And the purpose of the arrest warrant is to arrest Putin and send him to the street to be tried, despite him being in office. And for that, the International Criminal Court cited articles in accordance with the Rome Statute. But what has changed in such a short period of time? Why this 180-degree turnaround? It's still surprising. So, according to many observers, America might have something to do with it, since today America is trying to appease Russia, as we've seen. Donald Trump is trying to appease Vladimir Putin. Even the colossal rights he has imposed there, Russia has not been affected. I also believe, if I'm not mistaken, that North Korea wasn't affected either. Trump knows what he's doing. He wants a friendship with Russia. That is to say, he wants to get closer to Russia to be able to strike Russia more effectively. Well, but unfortunately, maybe he wants to strike Russia, but unfortunately Russia, he is Russian. Putin is smarter than him. Putin is even more. He is in a state of clarity that is beyond words. Is it America that is behind this? Since all the summers? Even before Donald Trump arrived, Joe Biden had taken his phone to call prosecutor Karim Khan to scold him. Why did he take a decision against Benjamin Netanyahu? Why did he issue this arrest warrant? When Trump came, he continued with the same policy. He received Benjamin Netanyahu, against whom an international arrest warrant was issued, was received at the White House with a red carpet. So how can America not do the same for Russia? Especially since Russia is in America's sights as potentially becoming America's best partner very soon. Since Donald Trump realized that if he wants to engage in a war logic against Russia, currently, he can't do anything. There you go. And so, here is what is happening. The International Criminal Court is making this turnaround. So, that's the first question. Isn't it Donald Trump who is putting pressure to leave Putin alone? Since America needs something over there? Or is it a decision made independently by its judges, since it's judges? Against these judges of the International Criminal Court, a search warrant has been issued against them. And when the Russians say search warrant, it is equivalent to arrest warrant. But with the only difference being, the Russian search warrant is very dangerous. Because wherever you are in the world, they will send you. The FSB, the Russian Secret Service. That is to say, either they get their hands on you and send you to prison in their country, or they hit you with an Iskander missile or a Harashnik missile, and they don't care. It's not like the International Criminal Court where they say you have to catch him alive so he can be judged. Catch him alive so he can be judged. Russia, that's not the case. Is it this fear that pushed the judges? In any case, what remains clear, according to well-informed sources at the ICC, the information is that they are suspending everything concerning Russia. So, ladies and gentlemen, here is the international news headline. Thank you for sharing it as much as possible. I will get back to you shortly with, of course, new updates. This was the voice of your one and only samurai,